than mine. They don't contain the purity, they don't contain the ingredients, they don't contain the balance that we offer. But if you're going to get an omega-3 product, it doesn't have to be mine. I can tell you why objectively mine is superior to those contract manufactured formulas, but frankly, the most important thing that you get is not my product. All you need to get, all you need to understand, your body can't make omega-3s if you're not getting it from your diet, which almost none of us, as far as Americans, get omega-3s regularly from our diet. You need to then contemplate supplementation. Yes, as I said before, I could tell you how wonderful my product is. Shannon can do the same. The reviews can do the same. The science is crystal clear. But the most important thing is that you just get the message that your body requires this ingredient and your body can't manufacture it. The way we were developed to exist in this world, omega-3s were abundant for us. In our modern world, they are not abundant to us. So supplementation becomes absolutely essential for an ingredient that our body can't make and that is critical for the healthy functioning of our most important organs in our body, our brain, our eyes, our heart. It's hard to argue that those aren't essential to our enjoying quality of life. And omega-3s are critical to their structure, critical to their healthy functioning long-term. So
absolutely, I mean, well said.
It's not that you have to get mine. So you just need to consider these ingredients.
Most certainly. So I have to show you the savings, though, because certainly it's a one-day only value. And Andrew always says the most important part of these shows is the information. But when you see a comparison, there really isn't a comparison. We'll show you those in just a few moments. But to just break this down for you, since the price does expire at midnight, and we have our final couple of opportunities to do this, most of us are gravitating to the 720 count size. And by the way, that is a size that Andrew only does for today. But we've got our introductory sizes, the 30, the 90, the 180, the 360, and then, like I said, most of us are gravitating toward that 720. So here's how these charts break down. This is where our pricing normally is. This is where our pricing is today, and today only, and only until 12 midnight with free shipping. As always, a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. But these are your savings. And I have to tell you, to borrow a page from Adam Freeman, I am gobsmacked, because I have known Andrew Lessman for getting closer to that 30-year mark. He makes the world's finest vitamins. He is hands down our customer favorite, and this is one of your customer favorites. But if you check this out, now on that 360 count size, for less than you would spend for the 360 count size, for less than you will spend for the 360 count size after the stroke of midnight, you can do that 720 with the flex pay, with the free shipping. In fact, over 50% or about 50% are that 720 count size. We know bigger is better, except if we're talking about the comparison to other manufacturers. Actually, you know what, Andrew, I'm gonna jump there first. Then I'll show you everybody the 720 count size. But I know we were just talking about how you always say the information is really critical, just like this is critical. And sometimes when we say bigger is better when it comes to a supplement, not the case here, right?
No, and when it comes to ease of swallowing, the capsule on the far left that's a little bit more than half the size of the others, that's my capsule. The other capsules offer about 300 milligrams of omega-3s. Mine offers 500. So bigger clearly is not better. Bigger is not easier to swallow. Bigger is a nightmare to swallow. Those capsules will also, they do nothing to eliminate a fishy aftertaste. So when you're looking at omega-3s, what I did is I said, when we started with our products, it was a learning experience for me as a manufacturer. And because we are directly in contact with you, I get all that feedback. I read the feedback, and sometimes it's not fun to read criticisms of my product. But the reason why my products improve is because I pay attention to it. I take it seriously, and our product today is smaller than it was in size 5 years ago, and it still delivers 500 milligrams. So all we've done over the last decade or two is eliminate the fishy aftertaste completely. There's no fishy aftertaste, no fishy repeat. We've reduced the size of the capsule, which was already smaller than everyone else's. We've reduced it by another 20%. So we continue to improve the product because it's not all about getting the proper omega-3s to you. It's about making sure the experience when you swallow it, after you've swallowed it, that it's going to be a product that you enjoy, that you don't have to tolerate it. Your doctor might tell you to take omega-3s, but it shouldn't mean that you have to tolerate a miserable experience. And as a manufacturer, when you see those products in all those big retail stores, they're contract manufactured. The products that you see, that you get from me, we manufacture. That's part of the reason why over the years, and it's sometimes hard to believe, when you look at the price of this product almost 40 years ago, it cost more than it does today. Lower potency, and it cost more. So it's a better product, a superior product today, and it costs less. And that's because I invested in being a manufacturer. Unlike all those other products, probably 90% of which are contract manufactured. But what I was going to do here is just read some of the science. These are just some quotes from scientific journals, and they cover all sorts of things from brain health to eye health. They run the gamut. But I think it's important to understand that omega-3s are inseparable from how our brain functions, how our eye functions, how our heart functions, because they are essential nutrients that our body can't make, and we're not getting them from our diet. So we really have to contemplate, do we change our diet, or do we make a simple, straightforward decision on supplementation? And here we go. From the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, a respected scientific journal, if associations with omega-3 content are causal, meaning that we see differences in omega-3 content in the diet and then differences in brain function or eye function or heart function. So what they're saying, if they're causal, meaning that if the omega-3s are causing this, optimizing, making our omega-3 intake better, could improve retention of cognitive function in old age. And there are numerous clinical studies that speak to that. This is from a Taiwanese medical journal. Evidence is accumulating to suggest that omega-3 fatty acid deficiency contributes to accelerated cognitive decline. The American diet is pretty much demonstrative of a deficiency of omega-3 fatty acids. Recent studies have associated deficits in DHA, what we focus on, the omega-3 that we focus on, abundance with cognitive decline during aging, meaning less omega-3 during aging, and unfortunately, cognitive decline is observed. Overall cognitive performance and psychomotor speed were positively correlated with DHA EPA status, meaning the more omega-3 status, the better omega-3 status, the better function. From Nature and Neuroscience, brain and retina DHA decrease resulting from nutritional deficiency or aging, what we observe in our society, are associated with reduced cognitive ability, increased emotional behavior, and decreased vision. From the Journal of the American Heart Association, our results support the beneficial effects of fish consumption, the major source of long-chain omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids on brain health in later life. This from the American Heart Association. They focus on the heart. They're also observing the benefits to the brain. And again, when we're looking at omega-3 fatty acids and the consumption from fatty fish, that's not something we do well in America. In this study, among older men and women, plasma phospholipid long-chain omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, and in particular DHA, what we uniquely focus on, were associated with specific findings consistent with better brain health. I'll just do a couple more. From trials, this is a publication that looks at different medical and clinical trials. It's not a legal journal, it's a medical journal. A recent prospective study showed that daily omega-3 fatty acid supplementation were associated with lower risk of cognitive decline in Chinese adults aged over 55 years. Thus, omega-3 fatty acid supplementation could be a suitable and safe prevention treatment for cognitive decline in older adults. And we have hundreds of charts like these from Nutrition Journal. In conclusion, and I'll stop here as well, the present study reveals that 5 weeks, only 5 weeks daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil has the potential to improve cognitive functions and cardiometabolic risk factors in a healthy middle-aged to elderly cohort. Pretty exciting.
It is really exciting. It's funny because when you read these reviews, by the way, they are like love letters. I mean, if I didn't know better, I would swear I was looking at healthy hair, skin, and nail reviews, because there are almost 4,000 reviews, and over almost 3,300 of those are perfect on a fish oil product.
I believe 85% are 5-star reviews. If you add 4-star reviews, you're getting close to 95%, which would be crazy to think about for any product. But when you think about it being an omega-3 product, which is a very difficult product to make for people to fall in love with, but it's taken me It's taken me 3+ decades, almost 4 decades, but we now make what I consider, and I guess what, if you look at the reviews, what most people would consider to be the perfect omega-3 product. And during our, it's always affordable given what's in the product, its purity, the levels, 500 milligrams per capsule. But when we do the Today Special, and for Today Special, we're way ahead of what we planned. This will not last till midnight. But when you look at the way we make this product, the purity, the ingredients, the quality, it's our own custom form of omega-3s or balance of omega-3s, and the fact that it's less than 20 cents a capsule for 500 milligrams per capsule in their natural triglyceride form, there's really nothing like it. It's truly amazing and an exceptional value.
It is one of a kind. I mean, it really is. I know you're getting and digesting a lot of information, but the truth of the matter is you can try it with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Andrew is our #1 brand. I know it's our customer favorites weekend, but that free shipping on everything expires. This price goes away at midnight. So just keep that in mind. There's no downside to at least trying this, especially if you have had a bad experience taking somebody else's fish oil product. And let's be honest, if you're not taking Andrew's, you probably have. Whether it's repeating or stomach upset, or you just didn't, notice any measurable benefits, try it today. Seriously, there's no downside to at least trying this. And that's whether you're doing it in what I call the introductory, or I use these as travel sizes, the 30, the 90, or even that 180. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most of us, like me, are getting this because you never, ever want to be a day without this. You can probably tell how excited I am. I wait for this. I know you wait for this. And the more you know, the more you should be compelled to take this. I mean, seriously. When Andrew says descriptors like critical and essential, those aren't descriptors. Those are actually, you saw all the medical journals and charts. I mean, that's, empirical scientific evidence, critical and essential. And we can't eat systematically to duplicate what he does with no mercury, no fishy, no aftertaste whatsoever. But you choose your size of choice. And to get back to my original point is most of us are gravitating to that 720 count size because you're going to take this absolutely every single day. And when you do so, whether it's that 360 or that 720, about 50% of that little clicker that you see in the corner of your screen are those of us who we know he does this once a year. I'm doing that 720 count size because pricing goes here. Here's pricing today. Gosh, I still can't believe that savings. So for less than you will spend for the 360 in, well, less than 3 hours, most of us are doing that 720 count size. And Andrew, I know we've got reviews that we want to get to as well, but that 720 count size is just such a value. This is just like little golden nuggets of sunshine every time I see this, isn't it?
And that's, again, when we see this with my turmeric product, we see this with my CoQ10 product, we don't add anything to transform the color of the product. And it's amazing how when you try to, what I often say, is when I do my best job, is when I let Mother Nature do her best job and get out of her way. And with a product like this, they're in their natural triglyceride form. They're highly concentrated, so it's smaller. Yet, despite how highly concentrated they are, they will never upset your stomach. There will be no fishy aftertaste. If there was a fishy aftertaste, you can bet this product wouldn't average 4.7 stars, with about 85% of the reviews being a perfect 5-star review. So it's a product that I'm very proud of because it shows that, what do we say, we kept our nose to the grindstone. And I've been doing this. It's hard to believe I've been making supplements for 43 years. And this is an example of that. All of my products are an evolution, are work in progress. We're not like those companies that make a product and it stays the same for 20 years. I'm constantly trying to make, as good as our products are, trying to make them better, trying to improve your experience, and making sure that the benefits you seek. That's why if you look at an omega-3 product, I'd say 99% of the bottles of omega-3 products sold in America are mostly EPA and secondarily DHA. In nature, if you look at fish, they're more DHA, less EPA, so that's the natural blueprint. If you look at our body, our brain is almost exclusively DHA. The retina of our eye, almost exclusively DHA. So why would you make a supplement favoring EPA when the blueprint of our body and the blueprint of nature absolutely compels a decision to offer DHA? The reason why EPA is preferred, it's the commodity in the industrial commodity that is out there and most available, most affordable. So what I had to do is I had to have our own special blend of omega-3s made for us to emulate Mother Nature's blueprint and to deliver the most important for you. And just, I was just going to do some quick charts here, just to give everyone a sense. We read, probably a half a dozen quotes from scientific studies. Just understand that more than 33,000 papers have been published on the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. Most medications, they're lucky if they have 25, 50, 100 studies before they get manufactured. And there's been more than 6,000 meta-analyses and systematic reviews, more than 4,000 human clinical trials. I don't think most medications even have 50 or 100 human clinical trials. So the amount of examination, observation, clinical study that omega-3s have been subjected to should give everyone an enormous amount of confidence. The difference with my omega-3s, and of course, even a bad omega-3 product, because our body can't make them, it's better than no omega-3 product. So you don't have to get mine. But with mine, we eliminate the fishy aftertaste or repeat. There'll be no stomach upset. There is absolutely no mercury, no lead, no heavy metals, none of the contaminants, the PCBs, dioxins that you might worry about. We test for everything. We make sure it's pure. No enormous capsules to swallow. Ours is more highly concentrated, so you get more benefit from a small, easy-to-swallow capsule. Just so you know, I've said it before, we can't make omega-3s. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how perfect your lifestyle, you can't make omega-3s. They can only come from diet or supplements. Most of our diets deliver little or nothing. Without adequate omega-3 intake, deficiency or insufficiency occurs. It's something that we don't want to live our lives aging into a world where we had inadequate levels of omega-3, and it's really easy to fix. Best results are only achieved when consumed daily. So it's really an opportunity that's simple, that's affordable. And it's funny, there's only 2 ingredients of all my products that I get to show this chart on. It's coenzyme Q10 and omega-3s. That when we talk about triglycerides and blood pressure and blood cholesterol and blood sugar levels, these are numbers that we all try to keep in the healthy, normal range. And there's only 2 supplements that I can talk about that help us do so, that offer an assist to all the things we do in terms of diet or lifestyle or instructions, medications from our diet. But omega-3 and CoQ10 are the only ingredients that help us support these critical numbers and help us keep them in the normal range.
Honestly, Andrew, if you only showed that chart, I mean, seriously, if you only considered the cardiac benefits, I mean, we could talk for a whole hour of benefits to the brain. We could talk for a whole hour on the cardiac benefits. We could talk for a whole hour on benefits to your eyes. The more you know, the more you should be compelled to be taking omegas. But my whole point is, you need to be taking Andrews. There's a little review I'd love to show you in just a moment that actually talks about how someone tried someone else's omega, and certainly we know how important that information is, but if you are going to dive in, if you're gonna put your toe in the water, if you're gonna commit yourself to a better life and living your best life ever, I mean, if this is where you start, what a great day to do it. If you heard that little music go off, it's when I ordered mine, because I'm like you, I wait for this once a year and once a year only. The more you know, the more you're gonna be compelled to take it. And if you're gonna take anybody's fish oil product, it needs to be this one, in my own opinion, but read those reviews. I'm not the only one who thinks that. So remember, it is 1 day only savings. So 1 day only savings, the best price of the year. Size that we only do for today, that's that 720 count size. It's 5 flexible payments on any one of the sizes, to include even what I call the introductory or the travel sizes in that 30 or that 90, 180, 360, and 720. And like Andrew said, yes, the pricing is good until midnight, but that 720 count in particular has been overwhelmingly the top choice. If you want to make sure that you reserve yours, I mean, he is the manufacturer, but you know, he is following Mother Nature's duplicate or blueprint rather. I mean, and in terms of availability, if you want that 720, I would just recommend that you do that. And Andrew, it's interesting because I don't know if we'll have time to get to it or not, but even the first review that we have on the set here talks about how someone had tried somebody else's omega. In fact, you can even see when I tried a few store-bought brands, I had to abandon them within a few days. They'd cause stomach pains and fishy burps. When I tried this one, no such problems. I've stuck with it ever since. Andrew's omega-3 has worked consistently. Benefits include better ability to handle stress. That's what my doctor told me me to even up my capsule just a little bit, you know, to do even more, make sure I do it. Sharpness of the brain and vision, relief in joint discomfort. Thank you, Andrew. We didn't even talk or touch that much on, to me, the beauty benefits or the joint benefits, right?
Well, in terms of omega-3s are an important lubricating molecule within the body. I probably have a couple of dozen reviews here that talk about dry eyes. And it's not a medicine or treatment for dry eyes, but if you look at how our body deals with keeping our eyes moist, omega-3s, fatty acids, are a common sense lubricant within the body. So when we deliver our body the omega-3s that it requires, those essential fatty acids can help us in terms of lubricating our eyes, can help us in terms of lubrication of our joints. So it's no wonder that these other benefits are secondary benefits beyond the basic structural and functional role in our brain, in our eyes, in our heart and cardiovascular system. I have some fun reviews here that we could read. I haven't spent that much time reading the reviews and charts today, but the reviews are exciting. And again, for an omega-3 product to be virtually perfectly reviewed, and mind you, the reviews at HSN, these are real reviews from real people who've purchased the product. I love when I go on that other big website we all know, and there's like 250,000 reviews. I doubt they've sold 250,000 units of the product, but we all know where those reviews come from, and it isn't from real people necessarily buying the product. If you read the reviews that are written about my products at hsn.com, these were not written automatically generated, machine generated by computers. These are real reviews that have compelling stories about how this product, in all likelihood, surprised them. Because I think what most of us, well, it's the reason why I started my vitamin company 43 years ago. I was taking vitamins myself, and I was incredibly disappointed. I often found myself, I was an athlete at the time, you know, what happened is I'd take the vitamins, and no sooner did I take them, I'd go through a workout, and I'd be delivering them up again. That I couldn't find vitamins that worked for me. So fortunately, I had the ability, the wherewithal to start making vitamins for myself. That was more than 43 years ago. So my vitamins are designed to be an alternative to the contract manufactured products that are made without really considering your benefits, without really considering your well-being and your comfort. So they're designed to be different. And that's why when you look at our omega-3 product, it's 4.7 stars, which basically means that 95% or more of the reviews have to be positive, that at least 85% have to be 5-star reviews. You can't get to 4.7 stars. It's basic arithmetic without doing that. But if we just look at these quickly before the clock runs out, omega-3, I do not eat oily fish. I've tried to take omega vitamins, yuck. They taste like fish and make you burp, not attractive. I even tried to take at bedtime so it would be less bothersome. Wrong. Have you ever had your sleep disrupted by fishy burps? Andrew says his has no aftertaste, and he speaks the truth. I've tried many of his products. They're never disappointing. The numbers from my lab work show his products are the real deal. That's great. No fishy taste is correct. I love this product. I've noticed a difference in my skin for sure. I'm so glad I took my daughter's advice and tried this. She was taking one from a local pharmacy, and after trying this brand, she cannot believe the difference, and now orders Andrew's as well. Thank you, Andrew. I take many of your products, and they are all wonderful. From Kimmy in New York. Thank you, Kimmy. Amazing fish oil vitamin. I've been using this product for many years, and it's the only omega-3 product I will buy. I love many of Andrew's vitamins and only wish I could afford to buy more of them. But this I always buy when he does the Today Special each year, and it's a great opportunity to stock up. Keep bringing your great vitamins to HSN, Andrew, and that's from Daisy May in New York. So if you're someone who's been disappointed in supplements, discouraged by the fact that they're not made with much consideration of how difficult they are to swallow, how difficult they are in your stomach, that a fishy aftertaste is unpleasant, then this will be a refreshing difference. It's made by someone, me, who had those same experiences and sought to manufacture his own products as an alternative to those contract manufactured products that whatever a handful of companies make all the vitamins for a whole bunch of retailers out there. So they're designed to be different. and they are very different. And your experience, there's a money-back guarantee. You love it, or you get to send it back, and it costs you nothing.
Well, wow, wow, wow. I'm just excited for you to try it. I really am. And I know we have hundreds of people calling. Remember, pricing does expire at midnight. So best pricing of the year, just give it a try. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, whether you're choosing what I call the introductory sizes or where you're gravitating where most of us are going. It's on 5 FlexPay, it's free shipping, it's 30-day return policy. Definitely, you need to try that one. You really do. I'm just so